3 true trucker stories they'll never put in the safety manual. A horror script with black humor. Story 1. The Thing That Ordered Coffee. I've been hauling freight for almost 20 years now, which means I've seen everything from ghost lights to raccoons on meth. But this one night, out near Amarillo, Texas, takes the trophy. I'd been awake for 32 hours straight, running on gas station coffee so strong it could power a Tesla. My co-pilot, if you can call a broken radio a co-pilot, had stopped talking hours ago. It was 2:40 in the morning when I pulled into this lonely roadside diner. Neon sign half dead, spelling out EATE instead of EATHERE. Cute. Inside, it looked like the 1950s had died there and nobody told the body. Chrome counters, cracked stools, one old jukebox still humming out static. There was a waitress, or I think she was, pale as printer paper, wearing a uniform so crisp it looked ironed by angels. She smiled and said, "Coffee?" I nodded. She poured it before I even sat down. Steam rolled up, but the cup was cold. I told her that, and she said, "It's always cold by the time you get here." I laughed, thought she was joking. Then I noticed there were 3 other customers sitting in the booths. None of them moving, not even blinking. I got up, told her I'd just take it to go. She smiled again, same exact smile, and said, "Sure thing, sugar. Same as last time." That line stuck in my head. Same as last time. I got back in my truck, looked in the rear view, and I swear to God the diner lights were off. Completely. Like it had never been open. When I told another driver later, he said, "Oh, you found Cold Coffee Cafe. Locals say it shows up for the overworked." I told him I'm never working overtime again. He laughed. Then he said, "You were at your own funeral, bud." And he never talked to me again. Story 2. The Hitchhiker with Great Reviews. Second story. Midwest Run, straight road, midnight. I see a guy on the shoulder holding a cardboard sign that says, "5 stars on Uber, I swear." Normally, I don't pick up hitchhikers. Not since the Possum Boy incident of 2014. Don't ask. But this one looked harmless. Hoodie, backpack, polite smile that said, "Probably won't stab you until Ohio." So I stop. He hops in, thanks me, and offers me gum. Real courteous. We drive for about 10 miles making small talk. Then he says something weird. "Man, this ride's way better than last time." I chuckle. "You rate your kidnappers or something?" He doesn't laugh, just stares out the window and says, "They never let me finish my gum." That's when I realize he doesn't have a reflection in the glass. I hit the brakes so hard my dashboard crucifix turned atheist. The guy just turns, calm as ever, and says, "Hey, 5 stars, right?" I jump out, run around to his side, and the doors open, seat empty. When I check my phone later, I've got a new rideshare app installed somehow. Ghost Lyft. It's got 1 ride completed, 5 stars. Comment reads, "Driver screamed a bit. Otherwise friendly." Story 3. The Rest Stop at mile 323. This one's more recent, 2 months ago, hauling produce through Oregon. They tell you truck stops are safe. That's a lie spread by corporations that sell cheap coffee and bad lighting. I pull into a rest area around 1 a.m. I'm the only rig there. The air smells like wet pine and serial killer. I get out to stretch. That's when I hear it. Soft crying from the bathroom. Real human crying, not ghost movie echo crying. I yell, "You okay in there?" No answer. Against my better judgment, I walk in. There's a single stall closed and someone sobbing inside. "Hey man, you need help?" The sobbing stops. Then a voice says, "No thanks. You already helped." The stall door creaks open. Nobody's inside, just a paper towel taped to the wall. It says in Sharpie, "Thanks for the ride." I bolt outside. My truck doors open. The cab light's on. And there, sitting in the driver's seat, is me, or something wearing my face, smiling. It waves at me, starts the engine, and drives off into the dark like it's done this 1,000 times. Police found the truck 2 days later, parked at the same rest stop. Engine running, doors locked, no fingerprints inside. They told me I was lucky someone stole it and dumped it. But it wasn't stolen. It came back. Sometimes when I pass that same mile marker, my radio turns on by itself and a voice that sounds exactly like mine says, "Stay awake this time." Epilogue. Black coffee and black humor. People ask why truckers tell ghost stories. Truth is, it's cheaper than therapy. You spend enough nights talking to the road, it starts talking back. If you ever drive the highways alone and see a diner that shouldn't be there, a hitchhiker who smells like dust and ozone, or your own truck pulling away without you, just keep driving, and maybe leave a 5-star review.